128, second one from the bottom. On page 129, we enter this sanctuary to welcome Shabbat. Within these walls, we sit surrounded by numberless generations. Our ancestors built the synagogue as a visible sign of God's presence in their midst. Throughout our long history and our endless wanderings, it has endured a beacon of truth, love, and justice for all humanity. Its presence guided our ancestors to lives of righteousness, holding up to them a vision of their truest selves. We read together, "Now we, in our turn, come into the sanctuary to affirm the sacredness of our lives. May we enter this place in peace. May holiness wrap around us as we cross its threshold. Weariness, doubt, the flaws within our human hearts, the harshness of the weak, let these drop away at the door. In the brightness of Shabbat, let peace settle upon us as we lift up our hearts in prayer." Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Nice to see you. The day ended up being beautiful with sun. I always think that's nice, and I thank Rabbi Fred Morgan and Sue for bringing the sun back with them from their holiday. I am going to ask everyone who is comfortable to stand up, get up, introduce yourself to someone you don't know, wish them a Shabbat Shalom, share maybe what you're looking forward to happening over this weekend, and I'll see you back in a couple minutes. Okay, bye. It's so lovely that everybody's so friendly and schmoozy. We're going to bring you back together. Abby and Sophia, I'm going to call you up to light the candles, however. Okay. Oh, egg. Oh, let me see you say that. No, yeah, please. Okay. Ooh, freezing. So you can use this, or you can use these. What do you want? I like that. That's good. Okay. So, as we light our Shabbat candles.
Stop talking.
As we light our Shabbat candles, I want us to think about the beauty of Shabbat and the warmth and the joy. And even in your mourning, there is still time to find the light and celebrate the joy. And so as you light the Shabbat candles, I invite you to think about, what's the warmth and the light that Greg brought into your lives. And I want the rest of us to think about what is the warmth and light of Shabbat that we'd like to bring in this week. After you start.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu nahar l'knei shal Shabbat.
Amen. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We continue now on page 130 for L'chune Ranana. Bizmirot Naria Lo Nekadma Vana Betoda Bizmirot Naria Lo Nala Adonai Naria Letzu Yishenu Nala Adonai Nekadma Vana Betoda Bizmirot Naria Lo Nekadma Vana Betoda Bizmirot Naria Lo Ki Gadol Adonai Umelech Gadol Kol Elohim Ki Gadol Adonai Umelech Gadol Kol Elohim Ki Gadol Adonai Umelech Gadol Kol Elohim Ki Gadol Adonai Umelech Gadol Kol Bottom of page 131. 4 lines up from the bottom. On page 134. The bottom of page 135.
Now I need your help, please. We don't have any instruments, but if you can do Romemu, 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 Adonai Eloheinu, Ve'ishtachavu me'akocho.
Romemu, 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 Adonai Eloheinu, ve'yishtachavu le'akocho. Romemu, Adonai Eloheinu, ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu, kadosh Adonai Eloheinu, ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu, ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu.
Omemu, Omemu Adonai Eloheinu, ve'yishtachavu lecha kodsho.
On page 138, Lechadodi. Different melody slightly. Lechadodi likrat gala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lechadodi likrat gala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad ishmiyan, el המיוחד אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד לשמו תפארת לתהילה. לחדודי לקראת גאלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לחדודי לקראת גאלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ומחכים מקום הברכה מראש מקדם לסוכה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. לחדודי לקראת גאלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לחדודי לקראת גאלה, בני שבת נקבלה. Verse 5. התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורק קומי אורי, 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 שידברי כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה. לחדודי לקראת גאלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לחדודי לקראת גאלה, בני שבת נקבלה. Verse 8. ימין ושמאל תפרוצי ואת אדוני תריצי יד איש בן בצי ונשמחה ונגילה. לחדודי לקראת גאלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לחדודי לקראת גאלה, בני שבת. Rise and face the door. בואי ושלום, עטרת בעלה, כאן בשמחה ובצונתו אמוני עם סגולה. בואי חלה, בואי חלה, לחדודי לקראת גאלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לחדודי לקראת גאלה, בני שבת נקבלה. Please be seated. On page 140, Mizmor Shir. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני. ולזמר לשבחה עליון, ולזמר לשבחה עליון. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני. מעשה ידיך עליהם.
גלו מעשיך
אדוני ואת עמקו מחשבותיך.
איש זרה לא ידע,
לא יבין את זאת. מתפשרים ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשבחה עליון, ולזמר לשבחה עליון.
צדיק אדמה יפרח יפרח, צדיק אדמה יפרח,
צדיק אדמה יפרח יפרח, צדיק אדמה יפרח, כארז בלבנון יזכה, כארז בלבנון יזכה, כארז בלבנון יזכה, יזכה, כארז בלבנון יזכה, כארז בלבנון יזכה, כארז בלבנון יזכה, יזכה. Excuse my giggles. There is much that Eitz Chaim and TBI do together. I thought I covered it all, but I realized as soon as we started singing, oops, I forgot to mention that TBI does this at a different tempo than what is done in the other thing. But, you know, well done.
Let me breathe.
It's a slightly different thing. And you can notice there's a mélange, there's a mix of different musical genres. There's, even without the cantor here, I'm still mixing the styles on our behalf to have the traditional melodies along with some of the new ones we're adding. On page 141, Mikalot Maim Rabim, we move, it's 6 lines up from the bottom. I always talk about the waters because it talks about the majestic breakers of the sea. But, you know, as I see you guys in the front row and having just done the funeral today, it reminds me of the reading that we do from Kohelet, where King Solomon talks about how things happen in cycles and how we can't really be prepared for things. And again, it reminds me of the waves, and it reminds me of nature and how things go up and down, and sometimes they're calm and sometimes they're turbulent, but they're always moving and they're always changing, and they will be there forever. And that is a really calming and beautiful notion.
Mikolot Maim Rabim Adirim Mishberei Yam, Mikolot Maim Rabim Adirim Mishberei Yam, Adir b'marom Adonai, Adir b'marom Adonai, Adir b'marom Adonai, Adir b'marom Adonai, Mikolot Maim Rabim Adirim Mishberei Yam, Mikolot Maim Rabim Adirim Mishberei Yam, Adir b'marom Adonai, Adir b'marom Adonai, Adir b'marom Adonai, Adir b'marom Adonai.
We rise for the Chatzi Kaddish on page 144.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמך רבה.
Amen.
בעלמא דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי. בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל.
בגלה ובזמן קריב.
ואמרו
אמן. יהי שמך מבורך לעולם עולמי
ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמא דקודשה
בריחו
לאלה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דמירן בעלמה ואמרו
אמן. Please be seated. We continue reading together on the top of page 149. Praise to you, eternal our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, eternal our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai, hama'ariv aravein.
אהבת עולם, בית ישראל, עמך אתה, עמך אתה. תורה ומצוות, חוקים ומשפטים, אותנו לימדת. כן אדוני אלוהינו ושוכבנו ופקומנו נשיח בחוקיך ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו ובהם נגי יומם ולילה, נגי יומם ולילה. ואהבתך אל תסיר עמנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל, אוהב עמו ישראל. שמע ישראל, אדוני של כבוד, של כבוד, מלכותו לעולם
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. ויאמר אדוני אל משה לאמור, דבר אל בני ישראל ועמדת עליהם, ועשו להם ציצית על כנפי בגדיהם לדורותם, ונתנו על ציצית הכנף פתיר תכלת. והיה לכם לציצית וריתם אותו, וזכרתם את כל מצוות אדוני ועשיתם אותם, ולא תטורו אחרי לבבכם ואחרי עיניכם אשר אתם זונים אחריכם, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי ואיתכם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת. On page 157, we read together. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands and marching together.
נלחמוך באלים אדוני, נקמוך נדע בקודש. נלחמוך באלים אדוני, נקמוך נדע בקודש. נורא ספלת נורת תהילות, ספלת מלכותך אהוב עמך בוקע ים למשה אדוני לא לעולם ועד. לא מיד חזק ממנו. ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
On page 160, the Hashkivenu is a prayer asking for safety and security and warmth when the world around us doesn't provide it.
השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום והעמידנו מלכנו לחיים.
השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום והעמידנו מלכנו לחיים.
השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום והעמידנו מלכנו לחיים.
השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום
והעמידנו
מלכנו לחיים.
ושמור צאתנו לחיים ושלום מעתה ועד עולם.
השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום והעמידנו אלוהינו לשלום
והעמידנו
אלוהינו לשלום השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום
והעמידנו
אלוהינו לשלום והעמידנו מלכנו לחיים. השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום והעמידנו מלכנו לחיים. On the top of page 162.
ושמו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדודם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, כי 6 ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, וביום השביעי שבת מן הבש, וביום השביעי שבת מן הבש.
for the Amidah on page 164. We're going to say that first line twice together, and then we'll continue silently through page 180 or through whatever words are floating around in your head or your heart. And when you are done, you may be seated.
עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל ועימו עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל ועימו
I hope you guys feel as enveloped in their sound as I do over here. It's just, oh, it's beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. Okay. Show of hands, how many of you were ever kindergarten teachers, prep teachers? Oh, there's someone who's willing to own it. There you go. Raise your hand if you've had children that have been in kindergarten prep. What is one of the first lessons that the teachers, maybe you as parents did too, teach the kids? I know there can be like so many, but I've got one in my head. Sit on the mat. Okay. What else? What's that? Share, absolutely. Share. What else? Sing. No one? Did you not read the book, Everything I Ever Needed to Know I Learned in Kindergarten? Remember that? You guys haven't heard of that book? Fair enough. Fair enough. They all do. If you haven't read it, it's fascinating. It's a great book. So one of the things that parents or teachers tend to teach kids at a very early age, don't hit, use your words, right? Use your words. My kids still parrot that back at me. But use your words. Why? Because when we don't have the words and we can't figure out why we're so frustrated, we lash out. So kids who are pre-verbal or nonverbal will be a lot more, they'll hit a lot more or kick or destroy because they don't have the words. And using your words gives you an avenue and a channel to express yourself and your frustration. It's a language that all of us need to learn. Now, unfortunately, Moses did not learn this lesson. Moses really struggled. Well, he did literally struggle with his words and pronouncing things from what we know. And he did also have, I'm going to own it. He really did have an anger management problem. He absolutely did. He could have benefited from a lot of therapy. But that being said, he got angry and he got frustrated like the rest of us. I was teaching last week's Parsha to a group of teenagers, and I was asking them last week, I think I told you guys, those of you that were here last week, I divided them up into groups because there was a fight for who's going to be leader. And there was Team Moses and Team Korach, who was the opposition, and Team God, of course. And they were talking about it. But one of the things that the Moses team said, one of the reasons why they should have been chosen as leader, or Moses should have been, because he was like God in that he couldn't control his anger. I thought that was quite funny in terms of that. But, I listened to what you said today, and I know very few people that don't raise their voice. We try, some don't, but we try not to. How many of you own up, get really, really frustrated and impatient and just let it out? How many of you let it out in general, even if no one's there? How many of you usually direct it at someone? Yeah, okay, thank you for owning up, okay, right? So it's kind of human nature. I was telling my son something, who's in uni in Sydney. I was telling him one of the things we used to do when I was in university was we used to have scream therapy, I joke not, and it was during finals week. And in America, you had lots of different colleges and different places where people lived. And there was a set time where everyone ran out in the front and screamed on the top of their lungs. It was like the most cathartic thing ever. I want to do it now, but I think people will look at me like I'm crazy. But it is really just getting it out, right? There are other ways to do it too, but that's what it is. In this week's Torah portion, Chukat, an interesting thing happened. Debatable whether it was an issue of anger or an issue of lack of faith. But God said to Moses, essentially, use your words. God said to Moses, talk to the rock, and it will bring forth water. Use your words, right? Everyone was thirsty. They're wandering in the desert. It's hot. Talk to the rock. I don't know about you. Remind me at Kiddush to tell you the story where I accidentally got lost and end up at Hugh Hefner's mansion, who did Playboy. Accidentally, I promise. And it was very odd, and there was a rock that was talking to me. So every time I look at this, I think about that very traumatic experience in my youth. But anyway, that being said, so he says, talk to the rock. Well, Moses, what did Moses do? He hit the rock, and then the people still complained. So what did he do? He hit it again. And we're told that because he did that, he wasn't allowed to go into the promised land. Was it because he just didn't listen to God? Was it because he lost his temper? Was it because he didn't have enough faith that God was going to provide? Just wait, give it a second. I don't know. But Moses, like many of our heroes in our Jewish tradition, are human, right? We sometimes can't deal. If you've had young children and teenagers, you will know there's only so much complaining you can take. And so he lost it like everybody else. Our tradition says anger kills the foolish person. Loss of temper leads to hell. You said we don't believe in hell. It's true. But it's Gehinnom. It's a type of punishment, or you can't move on to the next stage. Anger deprives a wise person of wisdom and a prophet of vision. They didn't know that, but when you get angry, it activates a part of your brain that shuts down rational thought. A wise person, it shuts them off. Anger begins in madness and ends in regret. Love that one. It begins in madness and ends in regret. We learn a lot from our teachings as to what to do and what not to do, and we know that there are consequences for our actions. At King David School, when I was there, they used to teach the kids to have a meta moment. That was the language. And a meta moment was when you feel yourself getting really angry, just take a moment before you react, before you say anything, before you do anything. Just take a moment. Because in that moment, it allows the brain to calm down a bit and to be able to see things rationally. Because otherwise, we might do things we regret. Some we can get out of. Some it's really hard and they have lasting consequences. So this is the message I have for you. This Shabbat Chukat, pay attention to how we respond and react to things. Take a meta moment. And remember, it's natural to get frustrated. Our choice is how we express that. We rise for the Aleinu on page 586, 586. עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסר הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגובי מרומים, הוא אלוהינו אינו, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום והשבות אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת לארץ, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד. We continue now on page 593. The light of life is a finite flame. Like the Shabbat candles, life is kindled, it burns, it glows, it is radiant with warmth and beauty. But soon it fades or is extinguished, its substance is consumed, and it is no more. In light we see, in light we are seen. The flames dance and our lives are full. But as night follows day, the candle of our life burns down and gutters. There is an end to the flames. We see no more and are no more seen. Yet we must not despair, for we are more than a memory slowly fading into the darkness. With our lives we give life. Something of us can never die. We move in the eternal cycle of darkness and death, of light and life. At this time in the service, we remember Captain Idan Bloy, 21, a Golani officer who was killed in battle with Hamas. We also remember Walter Firestone, who died this afternoon, whose funeral will be on Monday at 11:30 a.m., and the minyan will be here at 7 p.m. We remember in Shiva, Greg Levin and Alan Mervyn Goodrich. In Shloshim, we remember Neil Brand, Barbara Goldstein, Thomas Beck, Glenda Jones, Minnie Weinstein, David Samuel Hurd. The yardsites of those in our community, we remember Beryl Ahrens, Gertrude Abush, Gilbert Barnes, Philip Bean, Isidore Bentada, Henry Bock, Paul Bram, Esther Ezra Daniels, Ezra George Daniels, Ruth Finkelstein, Margaret Forgas, Lucy Gladwin, Harry Harris, Dorothea Heyman, Irene Hutchinson, Dorothy Jacobson, Eddie Jane, Mayor Harry Josky, Herta Katz, Joseph Kluger, Richard Langfelder, Arthur Lerner, Kurt Lacer, Joseph Valentin Liu, Fanny Mayer, David Opat, Leah Dorothy Payne, Ray Sack, Hannah Sharp, Perla Cyrilla Schoenberg, Rachel Schneider, Gerda Spitz, Abraham Weisberg, Rosa Weisberg, Nakako Yamamura, and yeah. Is there anyone else in mourning or observing yahrzeit? Frank Carson. We also remember all of those who've died in battle or as victims of war. We remember those who have no one left to say Kaddish for them. Zichronam livracha, may their memories be for a blessing. On page 598, the Kadisha tome, the Mourner's Kaddish. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabba, be'alma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon u'vyomechon u'v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'vizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabba mevorach le'olam u'mei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yithalal shemei d'kudusha b'richu le'elah min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiran be'alma v'imru amen Yehei shlama rabba min shamaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen Oseh shalom b'mromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru amen. May the source of peace send peace to those who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved. Amen. Amen. Please be seated. I'm trying to think of what's coming up to tell you that's coming up. I can't think of anything other than Tisha B'Av is coming up next month, and we're joining together at Shira Chadashah at 7 p.m., but you'll have more information about that. Shira, Kilat Nitzan, and the whole progressive community will be there. I feel like there's something else I needed. Anyone? Oh, thank you. Can you say that?
I don't know. What's
Aviv Geffen. I can't believe I forgot that. Hello.
7:30?
Yeah,
No, it's not
it's the 20. It's Wednesday, the 24th of July. Aviv Geffen is going to be performing here. He's an amazing Israeli artist. If you haven't heard him, it's worth coming. Tickets are selling fast. This place is going to be packed. It's going to be amazing. Transformed this place into a concert hall. Watch and see. So yeah, that was it. That was what it. Okay, fantastic. We're no longer passing around Kiddush cups. I just realized that. So we're going to rise and do Kiddush and Motzi, and then afterwards you can grab your Kiddush cup and your challah, and then we'll deal with that custom later. On page 122.
Okay, we are passing.
כן, הנה.
תודה.
בבקשה. וירא ויבוקר יום השישי, ויחולו השמיים והארץ וכל צבאם, ויחל אלוהים ביום השביעי מלאכתו אשר עשה, וישפוט ביום השביעי מכל מלאכתו אשר עשה. ויברך אלוהים את יום השביעי ויקדש אותו, כי בו שווה מכל מלאכתו אשר ברא אלוהים לעשות. ספרי.
חיים.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, בורא פרי הגפן. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, אשר קידשנו במצוותיו ורצבנו, ושבת קודשו באהבה וברצון הנחלנו, זיכרון למעשה וראשית, כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים. כי באנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. לחיים. And before I do Motzi, because I forgot to thank Vered for coming to join us today. It's been beautiful having you.
Thank you for having me.
Beautiful. Ido, thank you so much for being here. Andrew, thank you for passing out the Seder Raymond, welcoming everyone. Luke is outside, like saying, are you going to be done anytime soon, Allison? For security, and we thank him, and thank you all very much for coming. We say Motzi. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, המוציא לחם מן הארץ. What may we do?
Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom.
Shabbat shalom, everyone here and everyone on.